Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be back with you guys on the last Monday of November 2021. Before you know it, it will be January 2022. This year has gone by so quick. It seemed to me just a few weeks ago, it was summer. It was us having a great time. And now we're going into full-fledged winter and the holiday season. Hopefully you and your family had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And to all of our friends who celebrate Hanukkah, we want to wish you a happy Hanukkah. We have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. My amazing co-host, Miss K. Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. She is back tonight. We have much to talk about. Later on in the show, we're going to talk about fasting. Fasting has become a very popular trend, but fasting actually goes back to biblical times. And we have a first-time author tonight who will be talking to us about the power of fasting and how it can help to heal your body. So we're looking forward to talking to this amazing author tonight about the journey of fasting. Kay Renee, my dear, how are you, my love? Did you fast over the Thanksgiving? I know I didn't. I ate everything that had plenty of butter, plenty of cream, plenty of everything you make for Thanksgiving dinner is butter, butter, butter. How are you, my love?
I am good, Chad. First and foremost, it's good to see you. I'm glad you had a great Thanksgiving. You know me with holidays, I keep it very low key. Also, with my refrigerator situation, I couldn't cook the things that I wanted. But one thing I did do to honor my mom, to honor my grandma, my Nana, I made the Claristine Mason potato salad because I had a hankering for it. I said, F this, I'm going to make me some potatoes. And that's really all I had. I didn't have no turkey, didn't have no dressing, none of that. But I had Claristine Mason's potato salad, and it was delicious.
Oh, very good. All right. So you just had a big old heaping of potato salad.
That's it.
All right. All right. Well, nothing's wrong with that. As long as you are celebrating the traditions of your family and loved ones, that's the most important thing that you can do. And it is what it is. But I'm glad the weekend is over. It was such a busy weekend for me. And I'm just, still reeling from it. I could take another nap as we speak now, but we got to get this week started. We are entering into the month of December come Wednesday, which is World AIDS Day. We won't be on the air Wednesday night because I am doing a AIDS commemorative event. And so tomorrow will be our last show of the week. And matter of fact, the lovely Miss Dion Nicole Smith will be sitting in because tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. And so we'll be talking about the importance of giving back tomorrow. So, Kay Renee, we have a lot to talk about this evening. First of all, I want to start off by giving a very special shout out to the birthday girl, Miss Wamelda Roundtree. Her birthday was over the weekend. And hey, Wamelda, yay. We love you, Wamelda. It was her birthday. Happy birthday to you. And we love her. She's a faithful viewer of the show each and every night. So we just wanted to send some love and wish her a very happy birthday. Hello, Scorpio love. He just sent us a message. Great evening,
Scorpio love.
Thank you. And our friend Joseph over in Cincinnati. Hey, you guys, I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a wonderful one, too. We did. And Candace is sending Wamelda a happy birthday wish. We do.
Hey, Miss Candace.
Yes, we love you, Wamelda. I just told somebody we got to do something special for Wamelda because she's a great lady.
Yes.
All right, darling. I don't even know where we should start. Today is Cyber Monday. Today is the biggest shopping day on the internet. And so did you do any Black Friday shopping? Oh, you did? Oh, really? Versus Cyber Monday shopping, or did you do a little bit of both?
Cyber Monday hadn't ended yet, so after we get off the air, I may do some shopping for Cyber Monday. How about that?
Oh, okay. All right. And you know what's so funny is I did buy a Black Friday item that I anything that I buy this time of year right now when it's a Black Friday is anything to do with therapeutic, anything that may be something I need for my home that I didn't have. I have everything I need, so I don't need anything else. So I ended up buying something that was therapeutic. And the funniest thing is I can't wait to Christmas not to open these things. I'm like, look, I needed that. I actually bought a weighted heating pad that vibrates and massages. And so I can't wait to try it. I have to tell you all about it. So I was like, I can't wait to Christmas. I need it now. My poor joints and
it's a shame. And speaking of which, Santa K. Renee is gonna have something for you in your Christmas stocking for Christmas. But anywho, if I could have someone that in the human version to shake, rattle, and roll, I'd be very happy.
oh, honey, I got it in the human version, and I have to tell it.
You have it, and that's
I have to tell it to move over every night. I have to tell it to stop hogging the covers, move over, and give me some air. I have to tell it every night to do that. Yes, I do.
Because we mentioned this briefly, and let's ask the audience. This is cuddling season, right?
Right.
So I got to ask this question because it was from one of my Facebook friend posts. Do you ever need a 5-minute hug, but only from a specific person? Now, I know the answer to me is I need more than 5 minutes, and there's only one person, Art, that can give me that hug. I will not say who that person is.
Okay, so now what's the question again?
Do you ever need a 5-minute hug, but only from like a specific person?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. See, you have to realize before this pandemic and when I went out into the public, people hugged me and people hug me on various levels. I mean, I've been in stores and, men have hugged me, heterosexual men. I mean, women. So, I mean, I'm so used to, even when I go to church, people hug me. So I know I'm hug deprived for sure. Now, with me being in a new situation, of course, I have to say when my friend hugs me, that's the best thing that could ever happen. But I don't know if any one particular person could hug me and I would be satisfied, And what do you mean satisfied? Like, oh, Lord, like I think I'm wet in the drawers kind of satisfied?
That could be that. Or it could be just like, oh, I feel better. There's only one person that can do that for me. And I've been hugged by many folks, men, women, even dogs. But we ain't gonna go to there.
Okay.
So, yes, I've been hugged by a dog. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But there's only one person that can do it for me. So.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know. That's interesting to say the least. I hadn't even thought about that. Now, I'm sure my friend will try to give me the 5-minute hug. But I mean, when you're a person that people hug you every time you turn around, you just go, oh, okay, thanks. I appreciate that. But I don't know. I think I'm more of a rub and pat me type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like rub on me.
When you do that, you exchange energy, right? So you want to make sure that when that person hugs you or when you hug that person that there's good energy being exchanged. Right. And that's that Joe Biden.
Right. That's that Joe Biden hug. Yeah. So that's right. So I'm kind of used to them type of hug type of things. All right. Let me go back to the comments real quick. Okay. So Candace said, I want that heating pad. Art, where did you get it from? Okay. I got it from Costco, you guys. It was a Black Friday special. I ordered it online and it really is it's about a 4-pound weighted heating pad. It's like a strip and you put it on whatever the targeted area is that you're trying. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll give you guys a review because I'm gonna actually do a show of Chat Daddy's favorite things and we'll kind of K Renee and Chat Daddy's favorite things and we'll kind of do that. Let's see. Oh, our good friend Espresso in Hawaii. Aloha.
I love
Espresso is
espresso.
doing what now? At the Crack in the Cup Coffee and Tea Inc. Take $8 off tea. Oh, very good. Okay, so Espresso, we need to talk because then I need to feature this as a part of the favorite things show, if that's the case.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to catch up and talk about that. Send me a message, Espresso, and we'll go from there. That sounds awesome. Yes, it was. I don't know. I get it. I think women relish in hugs a little bit more than guys do. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
I
think
mean, for me, honestly, especially when you've had a crisis situation, right? If there's something you've lost a loved one or you're going through something, the
right,
hug, because I can tell you, when my dad had passed, I had a hug from this individual that did it for me, and it was like, okay, I got it. I can get up and keep moving to the next day. So and everybody can't do that. It's funny when men who have dated, they like to hug me because I am a hugger, and it's not like I don't give that that pat, like, oh, how
right,
you doing? I give a hug like, God dog it, come here.
right.
And
Come on,
keep it
get you some. Come on, get you some, baby. Come on, get you some.
and
Get you
keep
some
it
of this
moving.
yum yum. Right, get
Hey,
you some of this
Debbie.
yum yum. Right,
That's
come on.
right.
I get it. I think, women do look at hugs differently than guys
Hmm.
do. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, even, in a time of tragedy, I get that part. But
Hmm.
then, when people hug me, oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I got one particular friend. He's straight as an arrow. But when that man hugs me, he gives me such a bear hug and he lifts me off the ground. I love that. But then that's, something that a dear, endearing friend has given me that bear hug. So,
Right.
I do look at it differently. All right, well, let's get into tonight's news stories.
Yes.
COVID. As you guys all know, this is a health and wellness show, and we are to inform you of the latest information of COVID. Before we even talk about the new variant, I wanted to give you guys the latest update. Illinois Department of Public Health has released the COVID-19 hospitalization rates in the state of Illinois. By the way, it has risen to 15.4% since last Wednesday. With the new variant, concerning public health officials and government leaders. Meanwhile, in Illinois, we had 78 more deaths and 19,261 new cases over the past 5 days. Over the past 5 days. Illinois public health officials have reported the statewide 7-day case positivity rate as now being 4.1. This is the highest it's been since mid-September, with the latest report on Wednesday. The state 7-day positivity rate is now at 3.3%, but the hospitalizations have gone up to 15.4%. And also, they are reporting that 57.9% of the state's 12.7 million residents are now fully vaccinated. Now, Kay Renee, what is the deal with this new variant? And because it has been dominating the news this entire weekend. Can you talk to us about this new variant?
I will definitely will, Art. And let me just say this. We talked about this prior
Yep.
to Thanksgiving. I
Yep.
was concerned about this. I said,
Yep.
folks, getting bat snick crazy because they hadn't seen folks in a very long time. We get it, but God dog it, what the heck is going on here? Okay, so let's
Yes.
just talk about this new variant, which is called, it's part of the Greek vocabulary. Is called the Omicron variant, and it started unfortunately in South Africa because President Joe Biden has issued a travel ban to South Africa. It started in Botswana and
Yes.
certain surrounding countries of Africa, but the WHO, the World Health Organization, they held an emergency meeting the day on Black Friday, where it designated the new strain, which it called, which is called again Omicron, is called a variant of concern, or VOC, which is
Yes.
and this is the official title here. A label applied when a particular strain is especially virulent transmissible, or able to defeat public health measures. So, you know, if our own Dr. Fauci had said Friday the U.S. is rushing to obtain information on this strain, but here's what we know about Omicron. The U.S., as we know, has restricted travel to Southern Africa.
Right.
The countries affected are South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique, and Malawi. And it even has gone up to Canada. There's been some cases in Canada. So if it's hit our northern neighbors, it's just a matter of time before it hits the United States.
Absolutely, because Canada is just a stone throw away. They were interviewing a lady tonight who said, listen, I can see Canada from my window. She was up in the New York area, Niagara Falls area. So, I mean, and here's what people don't understand. Airplanes, let's say, left Botswana, went to London. That same aircraft now might be coming to Chicago, might be flying to LA. Airplanes travel all over the country. Do we know if they've been cleaning these airplanes, but we don't know if you just don't know with something like this, because this is really how the coronavirus got started to begin with.
And this, now, interestingly enough, Art, it's affecting the stock market, because it says this announcement of this new variant tanked markets across the world.
Yes,
not
it
here
did.
just in Chicago, not here in New York or in the United States, but all over the world. So y'all better be, I don't know what else we could say. We're going to keep saying we wear masks until June-November 2025.
That's right.
That statement will still stand until June-November 2025. Art now going to have a conversation with Joe Biden and Madam Vice President Kamala Harris said, look, we need to put June-November 2025 on the calendar very, very soon.
Yes, absolutely. We agree. Yes, absolutely. All right. So what else we got to deal with this particular virus? We're trying to encourage people to get the booster shot. I'm getting ready to run and get it now because I'm worried, just to make sure I'm in compliance with everything that was going on. You and I were kind of saying, catch me if you can. But look, I'm not trying to play. I was invited to something this past Thursday, Thanksgiving. Got a phone call today. 3 people at that gathering that I did not make it to are now COVID positive. But God. And people were fully vaccinated at this event.
So now they're a breakthrough case because now they've gotten COVID.
Yep, absolutely. Wow. Baritone made see, look, Debbie says, see, yep, absolutely. Here's the deal. Please make a list of things you should do if you contract COVID. Keep it posted in your home just in case. Absolutely. Here's the funniest thing. I was on my way to the event, and the person who had invited me, I always call people before I leave out. Do you need anything? Hey, I'm on my way. I tell people I'm very old school. Like I'm calling saying I'm on my way. Yes. If I'm not there in an hour or so, you need to be checking, like, what happened to Art? Why is he not there? Right. She did not answer her phone. I had texted her. I called several times. She didn't call me till like 9 o'clock that evening. I was like, girl, the hell with you. I'm at home. I'm chilling. I was on my way hours ago. You didn't answer. But God, 3 people ended up catching COVID as a result of that event on Thursday. And this was a intimate dinner. This was not a big event. This was an intimate dinner.
So it makes you, and they were all vaccinated. Is that
yes, but they didn't have one, I guess, wasn't, and somebody did not have the booster. They had not had the booster yet. But, the breakthrough cases of people still contracting COVID, breakthrough. So that's what made me nervous and worried. And I said, you know what? Let me go on and get this booster so I can make sure I'm extra protected.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get my booster this week. So,
yes.
But no, we talked about this. We weren't trying to prophesize, trust and believe, ladies and gents.
No.
We're just very concerned because people are just so not happy, but they're very enthusiastic and want to see loved ones. We get it, But if you're not vaccinated, you're putting yourself and other people still at risk.
Right, right. Yep, absolutely. Good evening to brother Chris Bass. Hey, Boom Shakalaka. Thanks for
Hey,
joining
Boom
us tonight.
Shakalaka, yes.
Watika. Hey, Watika Klein
Hey,
Peter.
Miss
We appreciate you. We
Watika.
love you too, Watika. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Glad that everybody is here with us. All right. Well, Kay Renee, we got so much stuff to talk about tonight.
Yes.
I don't know if we start off with the passing of just a true icon,
Oh my goodness.
Virgil Abdul Abloh. Virgil
Yes.
Abloh, acclaimed menswear designer for Louis Vuitton and the founder and CEO of Off-White. He died Sunday of cancer, according to a post that was verified on his Instagram account. He was 41 years old. For over 2 years, Virgil battled a rare aggressive form of cancer. It was a cardiac type of cancer he had. He chose to endure the battle privately since his diagnosis in 2019. He's undergone numerous medical treatments with this particular challenge. And when I say to you, a multi-talented young man, from not only rising to the fame of being a fashion designer for Louis Vuitton. Matter of fact, this is what inspired me to buy the Louis Vuitton cuff, was because of him. He was a shoe designer making just wonderful streetwear. His cultural streetwear fashion was something that people liked. Remember, he did a Off-White edition of the Nikes, and you just celebrity tributes and all of that have been pouring in all over the world to talk about this. And it's just so sad that we are losing so many great African-American young men to cancer. So this is a conversation that we really do need to have,
I agree. I agree. And prayers go out not only to you, but to all his fans, his family. Unfortunately, we all have to go that journey, but he truly lived his dash. So just rest in power, Mr. Virgil, because definitely he made his mark.
And he was from Rockford, Illinois.
Yes, from home state and our home state. So
Right,
you
from
know, and
Rockford.
and so many, not just here home state. You think about the king of Broadway musicals, Stephen Sondheim. Oh my God! When I heard that, I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Clutch my
West
pearl.
Side Story, which is coming out in a movie form, which I'm sure they're going to honor him. There are names of theaters after him in New York. This
Yes.
man, 91, he lived a full life, but he has enriched the arts so much. If you haven't heard a Stephen Sondheim song, Google him, but
Yeah.
definitely everybody knows West Side Story. So he
Absolutely.
is just no, he has cultivated. I mean, some of the greats, Lin Manuel Miranda, all
Miranda.
these
Yeah.
different Miranda. Thank you.
Yes.
All these different individuals, tributes all over the world talking about Stephen Sondheim. And
Yeah.
then we got, unfortunately, Lee Elder. Lee,
I know.
I was really who broke the Masters color barrier, was the first black to participate in the Masters. Before there was Tiger Woods, y'all, there was Lee
Yes.
Elder. And
Yes,
my
it was.
father, every time he would talk about golf, before Tiger Woods came up, he always spoke of Lee Elder. He passed away today at the age of 87. Then you got everybody know about Subway, because I like Subway. I love their salads, love their sandwiches. Didn't know this. The Subway co-founder, Peter Buck, died on November 18th at the age of 90. It's
Oh,
just
I didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, just all of these people. I mean, another great icon, Arlene Dahl, who has been in movies. She just passed away at the age of 91. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? It just seems like when the holiday season approaches, everybody just makes their decision and say, okay, it's time.
Well, death, it has no time.
It
We
doesn't.
can't control it, any of that. She said Lisa from Hollywood Beverly Hills mom passed away too. Oh, I didn't know that. Which Lisa?
Is she talking
Holly,
about Lisa Brown? Because
Holly,
one of my favorite soap opera characters, Lisa Brown, who was in As the World Turns and Guiding Light, passed away today at age 67. She played one half of a great quirky couple who her her soap opera husband, Michael Tylo, passed away 2 months ago. So I was like, oh my God. It just, when you see these passings, and of course we have to honor, today is Chadwick Boseman's heavenly birthday.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So happy heavenly birthday, Chadwick. I mean,
Yes.
we remember when he passed. It's just, oh, Lisa married to Harry. Okay, yeah, Lisa's
Yes.
mother, Lois, Lisa Rinna, her mom had
Yes.
passed away.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lisa
so
Renner. Yes.
Lisa Rinna's mother passed because she had
Oh,
complications of a stroke. She passed away
oh
on November
no.
15th. Yeah, so it's just at the age of 90. I think she was 93. Yes.
Wow. Our condolences
Yeah.
go out to everybody. It really is a
Yeah.
lot. It really, really
It's a
is.
lot.
All right. Well, the White Sox celebrated the life and times of an all-time great man, the late great Minnie Minoso, with a memorial near the old Comiskey Park home plate plaque on Monday, today at Guaranteed Rate Field. Today would have been Minnie Minoso's 96th birthday. Minnie's wife, Sharon Rice Minoso, and his son, Charlie Minoso, were on hand. Minoso was the first Black Latin Major League Baseball player, a trailblazer in many ways, whom followed Cuban and former Sox pitcher Jose Contreras, recently called out Jackie Robinson. The Sox are flying the number 9 flag outside of Guaranteed Rate near Champion Plaza by gate number 4. And I had a chance to go to Minnie Minoso's memorial back in 2015 when he died.
Mm-hmm.
Got a chance to meet Charlie and his mom, and the White Sox just really did a beautiful, beautiful memorial in one of the VIP clubhouses at the stadium. It was food and drink, and yes, just truly an icon and a legend. So happy heavenly 96th birthday to the late great Mr. Minnie Minoso. Yes.
He was just adorable and just
Yes.
so, it's Comiskey Park, Debbie. I don't know about that guaranteed rate thing. It will always be Comiskey Park as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. Yes. I know. Minnie Minoso will be inducted into the Golden Day Era Hall of Fame, which on December 5th will include Minoso, Dick Allen, Billy Price, Jim Catt, Ken Boyer, Gail Hodges, Roger Menace, Tom Oliver, and there are others that will be a part of this Golden Day Era celebration. So that ought to be really good. All right, what you got in news today, darling?
Well, also we talk about people retiring numbers. Let's talk about Michael Strahan. They retired his number. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, this man is about to go up to space in what, couple weeks.
Yes.
They retired his, because when Michael was on the field, Art, he was ferocious.
Yes.
I mean, playing the New York Giants, you always expect Michael to tackle you and tackle you hard. So
yes.
to make that transition,
you know, I want that, right? You know, I
Shut
want
up.
him to tackle me hard. You know, I want him to. You know, I got a thing for Michael Strahan. You know,
but guess what? I wouldn't mind if he tackled me either. But we digress.
Look. Maybe that'll be the one time we can share an experience. You know what I'm saying? I won't be too greedy. You won't be too greedy. But yes, absolutely.
We can work that out. But Michael Strahan, who all know, played defensive end for New York Giants. He made that wonderful transition from the football field to television, being a sports analyst, and then mainstream with Good Morning. Well, first was with Kelly and Michael. Then he transferred to Good Morning America. So he has had a just illustrious career.
Yeah.
And now that his jersey number is going to be retired and he's going up to space in a few weeks, Michael can do no wrong.
No, he cannot. We love Michael Strahan, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way about Michael Strahan. So.
Now, here's the thing. I haven't been hugged by Michael Strahan, so even though I said earlier about that one individual, I wouldn't mind getting that 5 minute hug from Mr. Strahan. Okay.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'll never forget. Me and a dear girlfriend one night was on a cruise that was sponsored by a liquor company, and she and I were sitting, and it was this really, really nice looking young man, and he actually sat in the middle of she and I, and she on one side, I'm on the other side, and he grinning and giggling with both of us, just grinning and giggling. And me and her both said, right, here we go. We was like, look, that was the best time we ever had. We knew we wasn't going home with that fine dude, but baby, he enjoyed the attention from both sides. Baby, he turned to me and giggle, and he turned to her and giggle, and she squeezed, I squeezed, and he just a freak. All right. So maybe we get right. Maybe we can make that happen. Oh, Miss McKnight says she loved the gap. Yeah, love that gap. We do too. That gap is the thing. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. What else? So what is this I'm hearing about Tiffany Haddish and Common not together? Now, who said that? What show said it? And I said, now I don't know if Tiffany Haddish and Common are together. And I said this months ago, didn't I?
You did.
I said it months ago. Now it's supposed to be official.
Well, it's official. Tiffany Haddish, who is 41, and Common, Chicago's Common, 49, have reportedly called it quits. They were dating since 2020, and the reason being, this was the source. They never seem to be in the same city together, and both of them are just too busy for a serious relationship.
You know what? Here's the deal. If you really are trying to be in a relationship with somebody and you have that type of money and autonomy, do you realize you can make some things happen? Because guess what? If I'm filming something and I'm in Vancouver and you filming something, and if we got the weekend off, guess who would be on a plane headed to Vancouver to see you? Guess who would? Right.
See, if you want to make things happen, you make it happen. See, that's just fluff. Something must have happened. And
well,
Tiffany,
look what Debbie Green say. Look what Debbie Green. And see, I'm trying to figure out if it really is him. Because he has been around
Angela Rye, for one, who I really adore. She is not only gorgeous, she's intelligent, she's politically astute. And I'm like, okay, you let her go? And I thought he used to date Serena at one point before she before she got married. So yeah, thank you. So you wonder, inquiring minds really want to know, is it you, Common?
I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to down a brother. I'm not trying to, but just like, hey, Robin said it best. She said, listen, when you really want to make time for somebody, you make time for them. I mean,
period.
I don't get it.
I don't buy that. I don't buy it. Okay. So something
and
must
really,
be
when
up.
you think about it, Tiffany Haddish has probably been busier than Common lately. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then here's the deal. If you got a good mate or a good person that you love, baby, you'll go through hell and high water. You hear celebrities on these shows all the time talking about, I took a red-eye flight in just to be near you and want to be close to you and all of that. So I don't know. I guess I'm an old-fashioned romantic. And if I have the money and the wherewithal, I'd go to the ends of the earth to be with you. That's just the way I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Here.
So
you make time for things that are important, as Robin said. If it's not important, you're not gonna make time. You're not gonna exercise all that energy. So I don't buy that. But this story that you sent to me, I don't know where we're gonna file this story on. Crazy snit. This woman. Now there's nothing wrong with breastfeeding. Okay.
Right.
If I had a newborn, I would definitely breastfeed, but I'd be very private in that activity. And so when you sent this to me, I had to read it 3 times because I didn't buy it. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm sure what I'm about to say, our audience is gonna be like, Karen, you've made this up. They'll call me Karen, not Karen. No. This is very true, y'all. I'm gonna read this. A woman. I'm gonna read the title of the article. A woman was reportedly breastfeeding a hairless CA C-A-T, cat, on an airplane. Let me just say it slowly again. A woman was reportedly breastfeeding a hairless cat on an airplane. Marinate on that for a second.
So give us a little bit more of the story, because she was on an actual airline and everything, right?
According to Newsweek, a picture has gone viral on Twitter. We're going to talk about Twitter in a second. Different story. On what appears to be a pilot messaging system, where one pilot discussed how a passenger on Delta Air Flight 1360 to Atlanta began breastfeeding in the middle of the flight. And she wasn't breastfeeding her child. She breastfed her cat. Flight attendant detailed this incident on TikTok. So if y'all have TikTok, look it up. And she says, and I quote, "This woman had one of those like hairless cats swaddled up in a blanket so it looked like a baby. Her shirt was up and she was trying to get the cat to latch and she wouldn't put the cat back in the carrier. And the cat was screaming for its life." Wait a minute, I'm done. Where that mic? I'm ready to drop this mic right now. I'm like,
okay. First of all, I did. Okay, so help me to understand. Maybe we need to have an anatomy doctor. So
Yeah.
milk come out the breast even when you don't have a baby or whatever.
I couldn't tell you. I don't think so. Now I have not. I miscarried a daughter, and I haven't had any breast milk coming out of these beautiful crown jewels, so I don't understand.
And then, what makes you think you can breastfeed a cat? I didn't. Okay.
That's
okay.
right, Scorpio. What the F?
Right. Okay.
Breastfed her kitty.
Lactation is post-delivery. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I didn't think lactation was just, I'm gonna whip a titty out and give it to somebody. I just, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, we wouldn't even have to have milk in grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, you sitting on a plane flying with somebody and be like, "Ma'am, I need some cream for my coffee." "Oh, sugar, I got you." I mean, right. That's why I was like, wait a minute, I need to talk to an anatomy doctor, or maybe I missed all that in science class. I'm like, ma'am, how did you think?
If you didn't send me this story, Art, I would never have believed this.
Right.
Okay?
Yes. Right.
I'm
just, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Girl, let's move on. Let's move on.
I'm just
Free the titty, right? Because I just no, I'm not getting that one. I'm just not getting that one. Please, ladies, do not be feeding your animals with your titties unless it's your offspring or your man or your mate. But please don't be feeding kitties and doggies with your titties. That's just unbelievable.
And since we're talking about Twitter, because this was on Twitter, the CEO of Twitter has apparently stepped down. Jack Dorsey, if y'all didn't know, who co-founded and it was the public face of Twitter, will step down the role of CEO effective immediately.
Really?
However, he will remain a member of the board until at least next year. So Parag Agrawal, Twitter's chief technology officer, will take over as CEO.
Wow. Go tweet that.
No, go tweet that. Yeah.
Go tweet that.
The reason why he's leaving, and I quote, "I've decided to leave Twitter because I believe the company is ready to move on from its founders." Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. All right. We still getting comments from the cat thing. Oh, so okay. So here's the condition. Can you read that, K. Renee?
It is called galactorrhea. Women can produce milk even when they're not pregnant. I didn't produce jack, but okay.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
When I was pregnant, I didn't produce any. Did she get? No, shut up.
Daddy, I'm kind of like you. Maybe the
Shut
baby
up,
do
Miss
look like a
Debbie. Did she
cat. I
give
don't
birth to the
know.
cat?
I
Oh
don't know.
God.
I mean, I'm with you on that. Yeah,
Where do we file that story under? All right, I just want to know.
crazy as
Okay.
hell, crazy as hell, crazy as hell. Now, I will tell you this: animals definitely do have a personality.
Oh, of
As
course
you
they
guys
do.
all know, this past weekend I babysat my nephew, Lennox. Lennox is a French bulldog. He's still a puppy, and Lennox, he definitely know yes, no. He knows when I'm mad. He it's amazing how these dogs know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see the cat breastfeeding. I just can't see that. I can't imagine that. That one's crazy. All right, what else we got in news before we welcome our guests, huh?
Well, this particular news story I think is relevant to in a way to our special guest because in Michigan, a student in Bloomfield Hills school district hit that district with a $150 million racial discrimination lawsuit.
What?
And this has been hailed one of the best public schools in Michigan, Bloomfield Hills, is at the center of a multi-million-dollar lawsuit sparked by one student who says her high school is filled with unchecked racist behavior from students and staff alike. And this
Really?
is 150 million with an M.
Wow.
Federal, let's say this slow. Federal class action racial discrimination lawsuit was filed on behalf of the 15-year-old girl and her parents against the school district. I'm going to keep my eye on this one because
Right.
as everything has been going on, we're still going through this. I don't know about you, but have I been racially discriminated against? Absolutely.
Oh, I have too. I have too many
And
times. Yes.
and so this story, I definitely would like to. Can't wait to talk with our guest because not only she's an author, she's a civil rights attorney. So
Right.
uh, they're gonna. I have a feeling this is gonna probably be settled, and I don't know. It probably set a precedent
Oh,
if the
absolutely.
jury awards the student and her parents that money.
Yes, absolutely. All right, very good. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad that you guys have joined us on this Monday night. It is the last Monday of November 2021. This year has gone by very quickly. We're so glad that you guys spend time with us each and every evening. We're normally on Monday through Wednesday, but because of scheduling, we're on Monday and Tuesday of this week. We'll return back next week with a lot of great shows. And don't forget, we have our upcoming holiday show. We've got to get all the logistics together for our holiday show. But we're glad that you guys are tuned in. If you've not done so yet, please go to Facebook and YouTube and subscribe to the Real Chat Daddy Show. That way you're able to get notifications of when the show is on. You can always go back and watch encore performances of the show at your leisure whenever you'd like. Our co-host is the one and only Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. We appreciate having her here tonight. Just a sweetheart to say the least. We have been talking about all the top news stories of the day. Coming up in just a little bit, we have a special guest that will be joining us tonight that will be talking about fasting and her wonderful new book. And I'm excited about that. All right. Well, Kay Renee, let's continue on with another news story before our guest joins us.
I'm trying to think. Let's see here. I think. Well, we talked about everything. I do want to mention too another passing that she was definitely a legend. She was a trailblazer, Congresswoman Carrie Meek
Yes,
of
of Florida, correct?
Florida.
Yes.
Yes, she made her transition at 95. So
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
I was really kind of sad to hear this, but she was definitely a trailblazer, and she was the daughter of a sharecropper, and she made such uh, great strides in her political career. So she's passed that gauntlet at age 95. So
Yes, we are so sorry to hear that passing as well too. Our thoughts and prayers go out to her family. And boy, as you said, the passing thing is just it's they say it happens in threes, but it seems as if it's happening more and more and more, and we're losing so many of our legends and icons. But then I guess it is the circle of life as we would look at it and know it to be.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Well, coming up on tomorrow night's show, it is Giving Tuesday. This is your chance to donate to organizations all over the city and throughout the country. Tomorrow night, the amazing Miss Dion Nicole Smith will be our co-host. As you guys all know, she's the development director for IMD Guest House, which is one of my favorite places to support in the Illinois Medical District. IMD Guest House provides housing for those that are in need of medical care and may not be able to afford a hotel. They may need to stay long term. So I'll put up some information tonight. They're doing a wonderful event tomorrow night at the Panera Bread on South Canal from 4 to 8 p.m. If you go in and mention IMD Guest House, Panera will be donating funds to IMD Guest House. So I'll have it on all of my social media platforms for you guys to be able to donate and give. But tomorrow night, we'll talk about the importance of giving to others during this season of Thanksgiving. This is the month of gratitude, and tomorrow will be the last day of the month of gratitude. It is. All right. Well, Kay Renee, I'm so excited to welcome our next guest. Not only is she a noted attorney, she's a famed businesswoman who has now turned author, and we're very excited to welcome her tonight. We're talking about fasting. Now, when I was a little boy, my grandmama used to say, now sit down, don't be so fast. Don't be so fast. It was until I got grown that I figured out that fasting actually came from a biblical reference, and fasting was something that you did to cleanse and purify the body. So our guest tonight has written a wonderful book entitled Fasting: God Plans for Healing Fibroid Tumors and Other Maladies. Her book is about a 40-year personal journey of fasting. And we do want to do a disclaimer before you start fasting or doing any diet. We ask that you please consult with your medical physician and make sure your health is in order. But to talk to us about her personal journey and why her book is such a healing journey is the one and only Miss Calvita Frederick. Yay! Esquire. Yay! Good evening.
Good evening, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure. Kay Renee and I both were super excited to have you on this evening because we've heard so much about fasting, but I necessarily, as I said before, was not clear until I became much older. Kay Renee, welcome our guest, and then let's talk about this whole fasting situation.
Well, welcome, Miss Calvita, to the show. And like Art, my mom would always fast at least once a year, and I never really knew why she did it. She said you just got to clean your body out, so you must fast. You need to try it. And I was always reluctant. So even though as I've gotten older, I can appreciate why you need to fast, but still I get nervous when mentioning fast. So I want to get further educated on the process. So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much. It is an intriguing topic for a lot of people, as well as very confusing. People know that fasting deals with abstinence from food and other things, but they don't have a clue about how to do it. And most people, when when I tell them the book is about fasting, they say, "Okay, what do I eat?" And I'm like,
Right,
"No,
right,
that's the whole idea. You stop eating." So many of our churches, regardless of denomination, deal with the concept of fasting. But a lot of times I find that they just tell the congregation to fast. and the congregation goes away with no idea of how to do it, what to expect, whether it's safe, what they're feeling, what that means. And so it's just really confusing to a lot of people. So trust me, 40 years ago when I started fasting, and over the years, I had no idea that this would end up in a book. I just thought it was my assignment, my regular assignment over the years. And it has just become an integral part of my life. And I've realized so many benefits from it that's kind of how the book comes about. Although interestingly enough, the idea of writing a book came from my doctor.
Really?
Yeah, there's so much to talk about, but to just give you a synopsis, I went to an OBGYN who had been my doctor years before, and she examined me and said, you don't seem to have any lumps in your breast, and it appears you have no fibroids. And so I said, well, that's because I got rid of it with a 21-day fast. And she went on to talk. And I was like, wait a minute, you're not acting like what I just said didn't make sense. And she said, no, it makes perfect sense. She said, you should write a book. And I'm like, really? And we continued to talk. And she said something to me that just, it confirmed what I thought, but I never thought I'd hear a medical doctor say it. And what she said to me was, we cut out fibroid tumors knowing full well they're going to grow back.
Okay.
And she said the only way to kill, get rid of, not control, but totally get rid of fibroid tumors is a fast. And I said, well, do you prescribe it for your patients? And she said, yeah. And I said, with what result? She said, it depends on a lot of factors, how long the fibroids have been there, how large they are, how serious the patient is about undertaking the fast. And she said, that she would, she said again that I should write a book. And she said she would write the medical support for what I was saying. Unfortunately, it took me so long to write the book that she's passed away.
Oh, no.
But the bottom line is I did that 18 years ago with no return of any symptoms.
Wow. Look at God.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So when you first started to fast, what was the initial way that you fast? Because, we used to eating. Like, I'm sitting here now hungry, but so I'm for us novelists and beginners, and then we did do a disclaimer at the beginning of this segment saying, please consult with your doctor. But for those that are beginners, much like ourselves, what would you say? How did you begin? What was the initial way you started fasting?
My mother is now 95 years old. She's a retired registered nurse. No dementia, no wheelchair, no walker. In fact, she runs up 2 flights of stairs to her apartment in a senior building where she requires no assistance.
Wow.
So I come from some very good genes, but my mother, I'm not talking Calvin Klein either.
Hello.
My mother put me on my first fast somewhere in my 20s, I think. And it was a 1-day fast, and I literally thought I was going to die. And she just, I don't even remember why, but nurses understand, especially old nurses, they understand the importance of some very basic functions, fasting being one of them, elimination being another one. And she just said, we're going to do a 1-day fast. So I did it. And I can't even remember when I did the next one. But over the years, I've done, that first fast was a 1-day. but I've done 1 day fast, 3 days, 7 days, 14s, 21s, 28s, and I've actually done 3 40 day. I don't look
Wow.
forward. I don't look forward to the 40 days. Those are really hard, but um, it is a discipline that has become a regular part of my life, which is not to say, that I fast every month X number of days, or that I fast every year in January, or I fast 4 or 5 times a year. I fast when I feel like the good Lord is leading me to fast, or there's a particular health issue that I'm dealing with, or for me, a lot of times I fast when I'm dealing with a very difficult case and I need divine intervention. So I use it for anytime I'm facing something major in my life, or when my body just feels out of sync, when I know that once again my weight is up, or I'm sluggish or frustrated about something. Anytime there's a need that I need to recenter myself, and let my system be cleansed, and let me hear from God at a different level, then I'll undertake a fast.
Very good. Kay Renee, you have a question for our guest?
I'm just in awe
I am
because
too. I am too.
I am in awe. Because I think, um, Miss Calvita, because again, I started off our conversation by saying my late mom believed in fasting, and she
Mhm.
did. I was not the believer, and I was always the one reluctant. And I think back of all, as I said to Art private last, and my mom had that intuition. I just took it for granted. And one of my actually, and I'm definitely going to get your book for not only for myself, but for one of my family members, because she has fibroids. They were trying to remove them medically, and they cannot. So I mean, this was just truly divine intervention. So I will be sending, that'll be her Christmas gift. I'm sending her your book.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um,
Go ahead.
no, go right ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, my nephew called me. I've got family in Columbus, Ohio. And as you know, we'll talk about later, we've got an event coming up the end of this week to celebrate the book release and the launch. And he called me and he said, we can't come, but I'm ordering 10 books because that's what everybody in the family is going to get for Christmas. So it's, it seemed like it took me forever to get this written, but I'm realizing now that it came out at exactly the right time.
Mm-hmm.
It will be, a lot of people look at the beginning of the year with New Year's resolutions, and a lot of churches ask their members to fast at the beginning of the year. And it's just a time for reevaluation and setting of goals and turning over a new leaf and all of that. And so it's a good time to take on a fast. And one of the things that makes it a bit easier is if you plan for it, okay? And you know that 3 weeks from now, I'm going to do this fast, because so much of being able to get through it is just making up your mind to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Your body actually gets the signal in a day or two that you're no longer going to feed it, and that it should seek nourishment from stored fat, or in your body. And what happens is you actually don't get hungry anymore, because your body has gotten the message. Our bodies are really a lot smarter than than we are. And one very basic concept that a lot of people either don't know or don't really wrap their brains around, and that is the fact that our bodies were designed to heal themselves.
Yes.
They,
Yes.
they're made to be able to do that. And the reason they don't get around to doing that is because digesting food is such a labor intensive activity for your body. it's 24 hours, 7 days a week that the factory in your body is breaking down and digesting food and sending it here and there and getting rid of waste. When you fast, your body gets to do something that it desperately needs to do, which is like a tune-up. It
Mhm.
it pulls stored fat, and there's poisons and toxins in that fat. So it's releasing that. It gets to go around and clean out clogged arteries, reset your blood pressure, reset your blood sugar. It gets to do what we do to our cars on a regular basis. You
Mhm.
wouldn't dream of driving your car day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, without stopping for a tune up.
Right.
You know better than that for your car. But for your body, it doesn't occur to you that your body needs the same kind of rest from activity that we give our car when we take it in for a tune-up. The tires get rotated, the oil gets changed. Well, that's kind of what's happening when your body fasts. It is going around fixing either what's broken or doing preventive maintenance so things don't break. And the
Mhm.
only time, think about it, when you get sick, what happens? You lose your appetite and you get sleepy. But what do? We force feed ourselves when our body is saying, leave me alone. I can fix this cold if you just let me not have to digest food. I can fix it naturally, you know.
Mm-mm. Wow. I wish my body said, don't put that Dorito in your mouth. Don't eat that. Don't eat that Oreo. I'm so sick of my body. I see now you done inspired me because I'm telling you, my body be like, go on and eat them 6 wings with hot and mild sauce. Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead, boy. You know you need them. Yes, I'm sorry.
let me tell you this, Chat Daddy. None of us are perfect. And even when you fast, there'll be times that you will still want those 6 chicken wings. And my theory is you should eat them. You should eat that Oreo, not while you're fasting,
Right, right.
but and none of us are perfect beings. So you do the best you can. You eat healthy most of the time. But I'd be the first to tell you I am a dyed in the wool chocoholic.
Okay. Okay.
I
Very good.
enjoy
Well,
some
you
dark
actually
chocolate.
have quite a few questions from the audience tonight.
Oh,
We
good.
don't put them up here on the screen. Debbie Green wants to know, do you pray while you're fasting?
I certainly do. I pray without ceasing all day long. I'm constantly um, speaking affirmations. I mean, in my law practice, I'm fighting some giants, and to keep myself from being afraid or to um, get ready for an important court date, I'm repeating scriptures and I'm praying and I'm thanking God because that's the only way I know how to do it.
Right.
So it's not just while I'm fasting, it is 24/7 for me. I wake up in the middle of the night, and if you if the devil is messing with you, just start praying and he'll leave you alone and you'll go right back to sleep. But
Amen.
yeah,
Amen.
but
Amen.
Uh,
yes, prayer for me is a large part of my fasting because it takes it takes discipline. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. It's probably easy for me because I've done it so much. I know what to expect. And there's um, this thing called a runner's high that people who jog talk about, a place they get when they run so far that it's just they feel like they could run forever, and it's a very wonderful place to be. There is a place in fasting that I get to that I can't get to any other way, and it's a special place where I can hear the voice of God as clear as I can hear your voice
mhm.
right now.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's a place that not many people get to because you gotta you gotta pass through that zone of turning your plate down. And most people are focused on the fact I'm not eating. I'm hungry. I want, I want food. But it's a mental process, and you can take control of it. I talk about people who've given up, smoking or alcohol. Fasting is different from, and they may know how difficult that was, but fasting is different because eventually you're going to eat again, and it's okay. So
Mhm.
you're just giving up food for a season. So
So we have another question for you. What do you think of the Daniel fast?
I think I talk about it in the book because there's lots of different ways to fast. And it may be that that's what makes sense to you. Maybe you have a health issue that causes you to be fearful of doing a total fast. The Daniel fast is biblical. So, I mean, who knows better than God what works? So it is absolutely a viable option, and one that I have used from time to time. So
Mhm.
I'm a
Uh,
proponent.
you're getting a lot of great feedback. This information is
Mhm.
so profound. Yes, it is. It
Yes.
really is profound. We have one more question. What do you do to resist the temptation?
What to eat?
Yeah.
I've made up my mind to fast. Now, here's the thing. Again, a day and a half to 3 days in, your body really stops craving food because it's got the signal that you're fasting. So it's going for energy and nourishment from stored fat. But your brain is still saying, give me the 6 chicken wings. So you have to talk to yourself. You have to say, uh, go drink a glass of water. And a lot of times that will alleviate the hunger. And then, the reality is every fast I have started has not been completed successfully. Sometimes I'm just not able to do it.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm okay with that. I don't beat myself up. I say, okay, this is not the time. And sometimes it's not the time. And you
Mhm.
you just can't do it. But you do have to take control of your mind and say, and your body, and say, we're going to do this. We can do this, and then just push through. You
Very good. Well, here's our last question. After fasting, how do you get back to eating?
Yeah, that's a process which is detailed in the book. I don't know that I can do it justice in a couple of minutes. So, but there is a process. You don't come off of a fast, especially if it's a lengthy fast, and go eat a cheeseburger and some fries. You will, your body is not having not digested food in, however long it is. You need to go back slowly and eat things that are easily digested um, at the in order to reintroduce food. But there's a whole chapter on how to
Okay.
break a fast in the book. So other than to say slowly and with some instruction, it's something that is detailed.
Very good. Kay Renee, I know you always like to close out with your famous questions for our guests. Go ahead and let's close this segment out. And then, Calvita, we're going to talk about this wonderful event that you're doing this coming Saturday night. I want to encourage everybody, if you're in the Chicagoland area, to come out, support. She has a beautiful event set up, and I'm going to do my very best to be at this event. So we want you guys to be there on Saturday evening. Go right ahead, Kay Renee.
Well, Attorney Calvita, thank you so much. And as a first time author, congratulations. Besides your mom, I can tell this, who else inspires you to be the best Calvita J. Frederick this universe has truly ever seen?
Um, a bunch of people. Um, I have two daughters that I say are angels released from heaven. Not only because they were born at a time that conventional wisdom said I was past childbearing years, but and one of my friends from church told me that my kids were special because old people don't have children; they just have short people. So, I said thank you. I think I don't know if that was a compliment or not, but I am inspired to do my best for them. But I'm also inspired because my practice is in large part employment discrimination, and that's based on race, in many instances, sex, uh, religion, disability. So I'm fighting for people who've been abused, and generally, uh, although I have some clients who are not people of color, primarily my client base is people of color, and I just get angry to learn of some of the abuses that people have suffered on their jobs simply because they're female, simply because they're black or brown, simply because they have a disability. So I realize that the work I do affects their life and their future. So that I feel like that's my assignment. That's one of them. Now I got a new one, but that's one of the reasons that God put me here is to fight those battles for people who are not able to fight for themselves. So that I have to do a good job because I have to answer to God for what I did on behalf of the least of these. So I don't have a choice.
Wow. How beautiful. That is really, really beautiful. That really is. Somebody that stands up for those that are disadvantaged. I being a advocate for Americans with disabilities and being someone with a disability, I understand and get that. And God bless you for what you do because people are treated ways that you just wouldn't believe. And somebody needs to be an advocate for these people.
Amen.
That's my assignment.
Very good.
I accept it.
Yeah, so let's talk about this wonderful event that you're having Saturday evening. The invitation was so exciting to me. I was like, oh, and by the way, she's pushing her book as well. So let's talk about this event Saturday.
It's a combination of things, and thank you for the opportunity. I love to party. Okay, and I think one of the gifts that God has given me is the gift of hospitality, and I have parties in my home for 60 people. But this, came about through divine intervention, the release date for the book. And I said, well, we've got to celebrate this. I believe in celebrating everything, no matter how small. And God whispered in my ear, make no small plans. And I'm like, really?
Right.
Who's going to pay for that, Lord? And I said, well, it's his money anyway. But we have developed a holiday celebration. It's kind of a thank you for my clients and also the book launch and a book signing. But I wanted it to be an event where people really had fun. So I have a well-known Chicago-based five-piece jazz band, Audley Reed's group. And then I have a DJ, and we have a short program in the middle. We have one of Chicago's best caterers doing our hors d'oeuvres, which means eat before you come, because it's not, a whole big plate of food. It's just a little snack and a little dessert. And the program includes some of well wishes and prayers by some of the Chicago area's best known ministers. So and the program is a half an hour. So we're going to groove to the sounds of the Audley Reed Jazz Band, and then we're gonna just dance ourselves happy after the program, and the book signing will be going on during that time. So I'm expecting that a good time will be had by all. I hope people will come. There is a small charge, which includes the cost of the book. So, and it's Saturday, December 4th. You can pull up the Eventbrite invitation by just going to Eventbrite and searching for the Frederick holiday celebration. You can check my website, which is a brand new website. So if it's not perfect, forgive me. We're working on it. But it also has a link to the Eventbrite invitation, and that is my name, Calvita J Frederick.com. I see you have it on the screen. You can get a link for the event there. And it's open to the public until we reach our numbers, and then we have to cut it off. But it's at a wonderful location called Epiphany Center for the Arts, which is it's a huge facility. So we've got enough room, high ceilings, very good ventilation. If you're not eating or drinking, you should wear a mask. What did I forget? Oh, and there's parking across the street. I think there's a $10 charge for parking, but there is parking available. And the one other thing is that the book release is December 3rd, and I don't want to confuse people, but the book is available for sale on Amazon.com and at bookstores all over, and at TBN on their website as well. So I just hope you guys will be interested in the concept. Thank you so much for the opportunity to introduce the book and me to your audience. I've known Chat Daddy for decades.
Yes.
So just thank you so much for the work you do.
Thank you
for this opportunity.
I appreciate you so much, more than you'll know. She and I actually were neighbors at one point over in Hyde Park, and yep, and so we've been knowing each other for many years. And whenever I see her, I'm always so excited. I ran into her at an event, and she said, "Listen, I got a book signing." I said, "Well, I need to talk to you on the show." And she said, "It's about fasting." I said, "Okay." You guys, here's the name of the book again. Calvita is the author of the book Fasting, God's Plans for Healing Fibroid, Tumors, and Other Maladies. Make sure you guys get it. Is it on Amazon as well? It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon now for pre-sales, and I've been trying to push the pre-sales. But yeah, if you just go to Amazon.com and you search Fasting by Frederick, you'll find it. Oh,
very good.
Here's a picture. May I show?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I don't know.
Oh, I love
we got it. Bring it over a little bit. Yep, there you go. Take it back a little bit. Right. Perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Very good. Yeah, look, let me take this out so everybody can see it.
Right.
Yeah, very good. That's the book. It'll be on my social media platforms as well, you guys. Please go to her website, check it out. Calvita J Frederick.com is her website. All the information is there about the book, as well as how you can get tickets for Saturday night. The holiday season is upon us. I bought masks to match every outfit that I own. So I'm like, look, I love getting dressed with the mask now. I think that's so hot. Make sure you bring your vaccination card, show proof of vaccination. But come on out, have a great time. Audley Reed is phenomenal. The DJ, hors d'oeuvres, you guys. So as she said, grab you something before you get there. Don't be coming there. It ain't a buffet, child. It's just hors d'oeuvres and dessert.
And so, maybe you need to fast when you get there. How about that?
Yeah, fast. Try fast.
You know, one of my daughters,
when you get there.
One of my daughters looked at the menu and they said, "Mom, people are going to be upset. They're going to say, I didn't want to start a fast tonight. I want to play the food." And I was like, in terms of the vaccination and the ID, we will be checking vaccination or COVID test, whatever you have. But we don't we don't want to turn anyone away, but
Yes.
we
Yes.
want to be safe as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, this has been amazing. We love and appreciate you. I'll be talking to you in the next day or so. I'll definitely help get the information out about your event on Saturday night. And anytime you need a platform to come back on to talk about your book, this has been very informative tonight. Just really informative, and we appreciate you so much. Okay, Renee, say goodnight to our guest, darling.
Good night, Miss
Good night,
Calvita.
darling.
Thank you so
you.
much.
We love you, ladies and gentlemen. Attorney Calvita Frederick, new book author, famed businesswoman. Matter of fact, real quick, tell everybody about your amazing teas that you created years ago.
Magnolia Spice Teas was my business for 20 years. The beverages were in Jewel and Dominic's and Mariano's and like 11 divisions of Kroger across the country, and Costco and Sam's Club. But Magnolia is on hiatus. She's not dead. She's on hiatus. And I think the book may have something to do with the rebirth of that. We were ahead of the curve in terms of real brewed, all natural beverage, ready to drink beverages.
Yes.
And that's a tough industry. But I learned some stuff in 20 years and I'm coming back with it. But thank you for remembering and mentioning. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I remember doing a story, I think it was in the Defender, about you and your teas, and the teas were delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us tonight, and we appreciate you and you and your wonderful daughters. And thank you, and have a good night. We'll see you Saturday night for your big party.
Bring your dancing shoes.
We will. All right. We love you. We'll talk to you later. Have a great night.
Love you too. Good
night. Thank you.
Bye.
That was simply amazing. Wasn't that wonderful?
Another master class.
I know, honey. That's all I have is people that teach master classes. That was incredible.
Right.
Yes, it was.
I'm going to be ordering the book. I'm going to order 2 now and have them shipped.
Yes, absolutely.
Christmas gifts.
All right. Well, darling, we've talked, we've danced, we've cried, we've laughed. We do what we do every night on this show. Let me see. We got some feedback from everybody. Ursula said, I haven't did the Master Cleanse 10-day fast in years, but you're inspiring me to do it again. Yeah, Calvita did a great job. Everybody is loving this. Applause, applause, applause. Yes, it was really great. It really was. It was an excellent conversation. All right, darling, anything else before you do that Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge? Now, I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to start fasting tonight. I need a piece of chicken. I need, right. I think I got some more dressing in the refrigerator, right? I might have to go look. I don't believe in wasting that food, so I may have to have the last day of that Thanksgiving food. So go ahead.
No, we're gonna do the nugget tonight, and it's Motivational Monday, and it's simply this, y'all. Always remember to fall asleep with a dream and wake up with a purpose. Again, this is Motivational Monday. #live your purpose.
Yes. For more information about this fabulous young lady, please go to karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. Every day she gives wonderful nuggets of wisdom on social media platforms. Check her out. Darling, today is your Friday here on the show.
Yes.
You and Sister Girl doing anything this coming Saturday on your weekly podcast?
We're going to be, since you mentioned Wednesday is World AIDS Day, we're going to have a person talking about that on Candid Conversations this coming Saturday.
Okay.
But tomorrow, K. Renee is going to the doctor, so she needs
to
get
boy,
that
all
tune-up.
right.
So
all right.
We need to get that tune up, as Attorney Calvita said. So that's what K. Renee will be doing.
Yes. Well, honey, don't be breastfeeding no cats. That's all. That's all, baby. Please don't be breastfeeding. No, if you do, make sure it's a cat that you like. 6'3", Carmel, and they call him cat. They call him cat. They call him Panther. Otherwise, please don't be breastfeeding no cats. Please. Craziest damn story we'd have never talked about on this show.
I think everybody gonna remember what did we talk about yesterday when tomorrow gets here. We talked about fasting, and we
Right.
talked about some woman breastfeeding a kitty. Lord
Breastfeeding
have
a
mercy.
damn cat. Yes. Amen. All right. Well, on behalf of yours truly and the amazing Miss K. Renee, we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in with us tonight. Wonderful guest, attorney
Yes.
Calvita Frederick. She did a great job talking about fasting. Make sure you guys grab her book. She's going to have an amazing party this coming Saturday night. I hope you guys will be there. I will see you in my bejewels and all that. Look, I got to see if I can fit into these holiday clothes. Everybody calling me. I'm like, honey, I don't know if I can fit into this stuff. I'm going to be spanked up. Right. Y'all touch me, I might bounce. Honey, I'm going to have on so many damn
Oh
spank.
goodness.
I got a gala to go to Friday night. I'm like, Lord, I'm going to be bouncing all over the place. Well, Melvin, we love you so very
Yes.
much.
Happy
God
birthday
bless you.
again,
Happy
sweetie.
birthday. Scorpio love say free to tit. Yeah, but just don't be trying to feed no cat. Please don't be trying to feed no cat.
Scorpio,
Yeah.
stop it.
Woo, Miss Calvita. Yep.
Yes.
And then what did Rick said back in the day? Baby sucked on the goat's teeth.
Lord, I'm done with you, Rick.
Yeah,
Stop,
me too.
Stop.
We didn't have enough of sucking on teeth tonight. How about that? We're gonna be teeth. Look, I need some food. I ain't finna fast on no teeth tonight. I need food. For more information, go to therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. I love you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. Have a beautiful night. K. Renee,
Yes.
Be well, my love. I'll check in
I
on
will,
you the
sweetie.
next day or so. All right. We out of
All right,
here, you
love.
guys. Love you
Bye,
all. Good
guys.
night. Bye, guys. See you later. Have a good one. Bye.
It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.